morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. Welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan, Sr., grateful and thankful for this time and opportunity to lead you today in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked the question. Grief is the natural, normal, necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but deal it out. That's why we shout good morning, because morning is indeed a good thing. And I am grateful and thankful for each and every one of you for joining us on today as we dare to prepare to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. Y'all know where we've been this week. We have been talking about seasons of the soul, finding God in every season of grief. Season of the soul, finding God in every season of grief. We have talked about winter, talked about the winter of our grief. We have talked about that, things bitter, cold, just that and the other, going through that very hard, but there's something going on under the surface, right? We talked about spring, when things are coming alive, right? We talked about that. We talked about summer, right? Where things, the opportunity is there, right? And we are, man, we done came out, and sometimes we feel a little guilty about feeling good, right? We talked about that today. Y'all know what the next one is. If y'all know anything about the seasons, y'all know what the progression is. I've encouraged you to kind of determine, like, where are you as it relates to your grief? What season do you find yourself in? Today, we're going to tackle the fourth one. Here it is. Today is day 204. I thank y'all for coming back for some more. We're talking about autumn, the beauty of letting go. Autumn, the beauty of letting go. Let's talk about it. Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Autumn is one of the most beautiful seasons of the year. I just want to pause and say I think it's the best, not just because it's my birthday in that month, but autumn, fall is just so beautiful. The leaves burst into brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold. Yet, as beautiful as they are, the trees eventually let them go. That the tree doesn't cling to what was, it releases its leaves because it knows another season is coming. Uh-oh. Grief often teaches us the difficult lesson of letting go. Not letting go of our loved ones. Let me put that out your mind. Not letting go of the memories and not letting go of love, but letting go of the life we thought we would have. This is one of the things that we got to grieve, one of the things that we got to deal with, one of the things that we got to talk about. This is what I love about autumn. Autumn is so beautiful, and it is. They know that another season is coming, so they got to let go. When you start talking about grief, we don't let go of the loved one. We don't let go of the memories. We don't let go of the love. We let go. Here it is. This is what we let go of, the life we thought we would have. Sometimes we have to grieve what we expected. We grieve the life we imagined. We grieve the life we expected. We grieve what we thought we would have, right? And this is so very important. And this is one of the things that we need to talk about more often, because a lot of times, I think Chrisette Michelle said a couple of forevers, right? I just want a couple of forevers, talking to her loved one. And sometimes you get a couple of fornevers, right? That at some point in time they transition, and what you thought would last forever. Come on, Keep Sweat. Make it last forever. What you thought would last forever, it didn't, right? So not only do you got to grieve the person, the individual, but now I'm grieving the expectation of I thought this lasts forever. Even in the song, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I thought we came to see forever, but forever has gone away. And we got to grieve that, because we imagine a life of growing old. We imagine if you lost a child, you imagine a life of seeing them turn 16, turn 18, turn 21, turn 25, turn 40, have children, have grandchildren, right? You grieve the life you thought you would have. You would grieve the expectation. I would get to walk you down the aisle. You grieve that expectation. You sit with that, you deal with that. I won't get this opportunity. I had the I imagine walking them down the aisle. I won't get that chance. I wanted to take them out when they turn 21 for a drink. I won't get that chance. I wanted to see them off their prime. I won't get that chance. I wanted to see them graduate. I won't get that chance. I wanted us to grow old and turn 50 together, have a big celebration. And I won't get that chance. I wanted my mother and father to be able to see grandchildren, my grandchildren, and be a mama and a papa, and they died before I could have children, and I won't get the chance. I had in mind, man, and dropping them off over there so I could still go out and have a good time, and them and coming over, and just like he taught me how to grill, I wanted to get pictures of them on the grill and doing little stuff, and I won't get that opportunity. We grieve what we had in mind. Yeah, and this goes even just beyond our loved ones. There's a lot of stuff in life. You grieve what you had in mind. As a sports chaplain, I talked to the team about the fifth quarter. Fifth quarter. Some people believe they're gonna play football forever, right? And it's like that, and they got in mind, I'm gonna go to college and play, or I'm gonna play for the pros, and this is what they have in mind, right? And oftentimes that's not what happens. And so when you gotta hang up the cleats and you can no longer be the athlete that you wanted to be, you gotta grieve what you had in mind. If you made it to the pros and you wanted a long-lasting career, but then injury sets in, and what you thought would be a 13-year career ended up being a 2-year career, guess what? You grieve what you had in mind. You thought you would forever be in that house and it foreclosed, or you lost your job and you dealt with problems. You lost the house and you wanted to raise your kids in the house because that was the house you raised in, and you can no longer do that. Guess what? Grieve what you had in mind. You want to stay at that company forever and retire. They had layoffs and let you go. And that's not the ending you foresaw. So guess what you got to do? You got to grieve what you had in mind. This is one of the most powerful things you can do. This is the thing that oftentimes we don't do. We suppress and we don't express because we don't want to talk about the life we had in mind. We don't want to talk about what we had in mind, the future we had in mind. So we just internalize it and we bottle it up and we just keep on moving and we never talk about it or deal with it. This is autumn. It's the power of letting go. Letting go, last paragraph, letting go of life, but letting go of the life we thought we would have, letting go of expectations that can no longer be fulfilled, letting go of unanswered questions that may never be resolved. Do you know how many unanswered questions we have? First of all, do you know how many expectations that will never be fulfilled? That just like autumn, it's the season of fall, it's the season of autumn. We got to let this go. Expectations that will never be fulfilled, questions that will never be answered, letting go. God, give me the strength, give me the courage, show me how to let go of questions that may never be answered. Because God, if I don't let them go, guess what? God is going to eat me up. If I don't let them go, it's going to destroy my quality of life. Help me. Help me to live with this. I think about Paul with that thorn in his flesh, right? And in his particular situation, that was given to him to keep him humble, right? Because that's what the text says, lest he be exalted because of what he was exposed to. And I'm not saying that, sometimes we get stuff to keep us humble, but Paul had to learn to live with what he wanted removed, but God allowed to remain. Sometimes we got to learn to live with stuff that we want this removed, but it remains. We want not knowing to be removed. I want this question answered. We want it answered. We don't know. We want it removed. God allows it to remain, right? And so letting go, unanswered questions that may never be resolved. Letting go of the illusion that life will never be exactly as it was before, because it won't be. That kind of surrender is painful, but it is also freeing. I ain't gonna hold you. It can be painful. It can be painful, but it's also liberating. It's also there's freedom. There's freedom and letting go. Jesus used the image of a seed falling into the ground to teach that surrender often becomes the birthplace of new life. Sometimes before God can grow something new, we have to loosen our grip on what can no longer be. That surrender becomes the birthplace of a new life. What do you need to surrender? Before God can birth something new, we got to let go, right, of what can no longer be. Autumn reminds us that letting go is not the same as giving up. It is an act of trust. It is placing into God's hands what we can no longer carry ourselves. When the trees release their leaves, they don't stop being alive. They're preparing for what comes next. And that's what we got to do. We are prepared. Letting go, we are preparing for what's coming next. Because there's still more chapters in the book of your life. There's still more miles in the journey of your life. We are preparing for what's coming next. In the same way, when we surrender our pain, our plans, and even our questions to God, we are not abandoning hope. We are making room for Him to continue to work. I want to encourage you to make room for God to continue to work. There's beauty in letting go, beloved, not because what was lost didn't matter, but because we trust that the God who carried us through yesterday will faithfully lead us into tomorrow. Here is your point of application. Spend a few moments in prayer today and ask yourself, what am I still gripping that God is asking me to place in His hands? Then surrender that one thing to Him, trusting that His plans are always greater than your fears. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 204. Oh, this is a lesson about letting go. Autumn, the beauty of letting go. Man, I hope and pray this lesson really resonates with each and every one of you. Oh, it's doing something to me. If it ain't doing nothing to you, it's doing something to me. Hey, Miss Betty Saunders. Yes, yes, indeed. I immediately sang Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. Ain't that it, Natasha? I'm definitely grieving the life I thought I'd have from what I thought would be a forever love, my job retirement, even my child's decisions. Yes, grieve all of that. And I got to ask you, because you was with the cohort, you done went inward, you're grieving it, you're feeling it. Are you revealing it? Are you going outward? Right? Are you releasing it? Release brings about relief. Are you? You got it internal, external, what you looking like? That's the word. Let's go, Melanic. Nevada says, I had to regain my passion of being a nurse. My grandmother passed away. I couldn't detach or dissociate her passing with my work. So I grieved the loss of wanting to work with sick people. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. See, now you're making the connections. Now you're making the connections, grieving the loss of wanting to work with sick people. I'm telling you, it's so good. I'm better now, but that was a difficult season. Yes. And I wish, look, be like, man, I wish I had this back then to help me navigate through it so I can say, oh, that's what it is. Oh, that's what I need to do. Oh, man, it would be so easy. Somebody said, man, I wish I had this back when I was in high school. That's what somebody said. Either this or it was devotion, just whatever. He said, man, I wish I had a Pastor Duncan when I was back in high school. It would have helped me do so much. But to God be the glory. A lot of these things, like, man, Yeah, I wish I had this information going through what I went through because I could identify it and I could have better navigated through it, right? But we gonna make it. God's plans are greater than my fears. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, I revealed it. Do I could release it so I could release it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good job. Keep doing the work. And we gotta get together again. The cohort. I gotta see what y'all talking about. We gotta get together. We gotta make plans to get together. Check everybody's schedule to see what's popping. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. Thank y'all. Thank God for each and every one of y'all. We gonna make it. Y'all hang in there, y'all, one day at a time. One day at a time. It's the daily grief devotion that's strategically designed to help you navigate through your grief one day at a time. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place for another Good Morning Grief Devotion. Good morning.